when everyone knew. There's not a single person I've talked to who expected Prashant Bhushan to apologize, because they know all he has done. And I think it's, the spirit of this, as well as the very carefully worded draftsmanship, I think has to be studied and admired, which I do. I would characterize the supplementary statement as both principled and constructive, because there is a reiteration of his respect for the Supreme Court as an institution. And also, it's already in the earlier statement, the shorter statement, but here he has strengthened the part that where he says that I have both respect and admiration for the role the Supreme Court has played. And against that background, he says that this casts a duty on me as an officer of the court to speak up when I believe there's a deviation from its sterling record. I'm quoting from that. So I think it shouldn't be seen as just a refusal, I think, as some of the headlines I've seen in the online media have made it out to be. Of course, he will not apologize. That's clear enough. It's not an apology, but it is both a principled and a constructive response to what the Supreme Court has demanded or indicated in its order, where he quotes this saying, "We are given time to the contemner to submit unconditional apology if he so desires." There's neither an apology nor an unconditional apology, but it certainly is a constructive and principled response to the issue. And I think the whole, this whole action is, I think, not only unusual, but it's completely wrong. There's no doubt about that. What the Supreme Court has done unto itself, I would say. And that was reflected in what the Attorney General said. The Attorney General's position is very clear, and made even clearer in another case involving Swara Bhaskar, where I think he spelled out the reasons why this is perfectly, it doesn't invite criminal contempt at all. Because obviously the Attorney General, I've known the Attorney General for India, Mr. K.K. Venugopal, for close to half a century, and admire him. And it is clear that he doesn't want the Supreme Court to be involved in a series of criminal contempt actions, which will only lower the dignity and the image of the court. I think there's a great deal of this reaction is extremely strong, I think, in the bar and outside as well. And you saw the large number of former Supreme Court judges and former High Court judges and others, lawyers, various others, public intellectuals, journalists, including I was one of them, writers like Arundhati Roy, activists like Aruna Roy, many others, clearly coming out in opposition to this whole course. And I think the Supreme Court would do well to mellow down its response to this. If it saw the constructive spirit behind it, that he's gone further than what the original statement said to go. In fact, I would repeat, he's gone out of his way, or he's made it very clear so that nobody can mistake his intentions or his motives or his bona fides. So I think this will be, at the end of the day, I'm sure this will be a boost to the cause of free speech, but we'll watch it. What happens now? Because I think awareness is much greater today about this, and the judiciary becomes intolerant of criticism or claims any absolute powers or sky-high powers to punish for contempt of itself. Let's remember the problem with contempt is you are judges in your own cause. There's no appeal other than a review if it's the Supreme Court. And there's no procedure for appeal. there's just a possibility of review, and the same bench will hear it. In this case, the review may come after Justice Arun Mishra retires, if it comes to that. So I think this is going to, as I said, be a boost for the cause of free speech, simply because of the awareness, the increase in awareness. Lots more people have come to hear about it. And secondly, the inspiring example set by Prashant. He's not out to just fight regardless, just to create noise or sensationalize the issue. He's been very, very constructive. At the same time, principled. Prashant Bhushan is perfectly willing to face any punishment that is meted out to him. But I do hope that wisdom will prevail and the attitude of the Supreme Court will mellow. And Prashant Bhushan doesn't need any sympathy. Prashant Bhushan needs support because he's taken up the right cause.